Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. This is the Hope TKL by Mr. Foraz. I hope you enjoy. I don't think he's going to write this handwritten note for everybody, but again, there are going to be some stuff with this board. So this board is being sold on Novel Keys right now. It is a fun one. It comes in, I think, 4 different colors. Let me just pull up the website again. 1 second. Yeah, no, 3 different colors. Argentum. I cannot pronounce this. Caruleus. I don't know how to pronounce any of these. It basically comes in silver, blue, or green. What shade of green do you prefer? I'm gonna be real. This particular green looks like it's a very vibrant green. I prefer more olive greens when I'm looking at like a green product. It's gonna be priced at $660. So this is gonna be a more premium product. Now, let's open it up, shall we? By the way, this is going to be sponsored, guys. It's not going to change the way I think at all. If something's bad on this, I'm going to let Foraz know. See, this blue. This blue I like. See, this is like what? It's not as vibrant. It's a little bit more toned down. Is that the right thing to say? A bit more toned down of a blue. Sorry, my desk is crooked. Oh, wow. I will say, and this is not a knock to Foraz. Well, maybe it is. The renders don't do this justice. The ones on Novel Keys website. Maybe this is a overall issue. They don't do it justice, I'll tell you right now. This looks so different. Honestly, it looks different in person. So there's the internal weight. Designed in England, FSR. I love that little bit of green that we're getting. A little bit of brushed look on the weight as well. The feet placement are going to be a little bit more centered towards the middle, which means this probably will tip if you press really hard on the F keys, which could be a pet peeve of people's, so keep in mind. There is the side profile. With that curve, I think it looks really good. So far as, are these going to stick out on the final unit though? Are there going to be screws that protrude out on the final one? I think personally, and I'd like to know your guys' thoughts too, I'm actually not a fan of the protruding screws. I think Foraz, if you have the opportunity to get low profile screws, like you're saying, how do you guys feel? I think this, in a way, cheapens the design. And I guess some people could see this as a design feature. I think this, again, I mean, no offense. I think this almost looks like oversight. But if you're offering maybe an extra set of screws in the package, that's fine too. Yeah, I'm with Wobbly on that. They almost feel like it was kind of overlooked. If you can get low profile, get low profile. I'm personally not a fan, and I know it's just a small aspect, but for premium $660 products, close to 700 USD, I'm looking at these things and I'm going, that's part of my decision-making process. Is this priced at this point because of the low MOQ, and how do you compare this to a Cloudline or Diversity? I can probably get you a better how do I compare once I build it. Right away, I can tell you I like the way this looks a little bit more than the Diversity TKL. In terms of the cloud line though, I think we're looking at 2 almost different looks. The cloud line, I think the cloud line has a bit more of a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a bit more character on the bottom, I would say, of the board. Even slightly on the top. I do think the Cloudline has a lot of niceties to it. But if you're kind of the opposite, where you don't like some of those embellishments, maybe this is the design you're probably going to look at more, because there is no branding on this board anywhere at all. So let's take a look at both PCBs. Again, we're not going to have, we're really not going to have anything in terms of spacebar compatibility here, which I'd still like to see, but I mean, with it offering a Win keyless, you probably aren't going to get it. But we do have everything pretty much that we want. Although, I'll be honest with you, I don't love some of the hot swap sockets going up and down here, north and south facing. But I guess that's to accommodate some of the PCB. Actually, I don't know why some of those things are here on the PCB, to be completely honest with you. We designed the PCB to be H87 compatible. Oh, okay. This is the PCB I'd probably pick up, and this gives you everything. So yes, H87 compatible PCB, which is also nice to see too, which makes it easy to replace, sort of, if you need in the future. And then this is, we're using a PC plates. Again, this was provided by Hype, but the final PC units will be done by DDS. Shouldn't matter too much in the long run, even for my own testing. Usually they don't really, not a huge difference. And then we're going to be building with some of these from Tomb, which, by the way, awesome guy. So Forrest did also say there is a soft cap of 100 units and hard cap of 150. So this will be limited to 150 units. To go on another tangent here, even hobbies, man. We have this, like, hobbies have not only become instant gratification, but hobbies have also become jobs. Even for people who don't think they're taking it as a job, I feel like a lot of people, hobbies are no longer like, I built this keyboard, I am happy with it, this was really fun to do and I learned a lot. A lot of hobbies have turned into, I built this keyboard, who can I go tell about this keyboard so I can validate my experience with this, whether we like to think about it or not. And this is kind of what I was talking about with me and, sorry, my camera's freaking out. What me and Matthew were talking about, like, this is why I don't post anything anymore, because that whole idea of, like, validation, and you don't, some people will say, no, I don't do that. I think a lot of us do it by accident. I was doing that with, like, social interactions before I started doing streaming. It'd be like, oh, I'm posting this thing, it's all in fun, but, like, why am I doing it? Like, why do I feel the need to, like, show it off on social media? So, anyways, it's not a bad thing per se, but I do think it kind of ruins the experience of, like, being able to fuck things up and, like, laugh about it, and just, like, enjoying failure in a hobby as well. Like, almost everything we need to do just feels like it needs to be perfect for social media. I don't really understand why the MOQ is so low for this. It could really have been a lot cheaper if it wanted to be. I will give it criticism there too, Shindo. Like, I'm not going to ignore that as well. I feel like the MOQ on this could have been pushed, like, 300. But then again, I know it's being vendored by Novel Keys. I don't know if there was an intention, or I don't even know maybe if there wasn't a huge price drop at, like, 300. I don't want to, like, assume. Maybe there wasn't, it just wasn't worth it. Because we also have to account, like, that particular kind of curve of, is this worth it, and will people buy into this, and will the project have to be canceled? Because that is a risk as well. Yeah, I was about to get to that too. Forrest just said it's their first project and he wanted to be 100% sure. I get that as well. And I don't think that's something that should be ignored, by the way, guys. I'm actually all for people being cautious with first projects. And I'm going to point this out too, right? Just as, like, a quick little thing here. I get it. The board's expensive. I would rather have the board for people who are interested and can get it to run without a hitch, rather than run at 300 units or 400 units and then 3 years goes by and nothing happens. I do think that is also a very valid thing to think about. And I will say this with love. I have seen a lot of group buys who do that. Even happens to this day, you know, that they don't go as planned and they end up kind of digging themselves a big hole. So ultimately, all of you guys, have the choice to not buy or buy stuff. However, we're in a very lovely part of the hobby where we can pick up TKLs for under $150 and them being just as premium feeling. But with more designer, small niche stuff, you know, there always comes that kind of level of premium price point. Is it justified? I would say there can be justification there. Is it value driven? No. Like, are you going to find value, monetary value, like, and I'm talking strictly a value perspective of, does this board perform better than a Neo 80? Who knows? Probably, honest to God, probably fucking not. But I think the nice, fun thing about keyboards is you have tons of options, and if something suits your style, then get the board. I think we're also in a part of the hobby where basically Neo and all these other brands are kind of dominating. and they get cross compared a lot. It's really hard to compete with things like, you know, price value and bang for your buck against places like Neo and stuff. There's no point in value in a hobby. Well, I think there can be for people who are a bit more money. Okay, I won't say money. A bit more frugal, I guess. I think there can be necessary value. However, I think just buy within your means. Don't go crazy with purchasing. Be financially considerate of your own situations. And have fun. I almost think Klassiker is the set we're probably going to go with today. How does this look? Yeah, man. I gotta say, I think we go beige today. Yeah. I think I'd gone with a cold color for the keycaps. I still don't mind it with the warmer color too. I think it looks great on this. But alright, we're using MX Browns. They've been modded by Tomb. On a PC plate. This is top mount on the Hope TKL. I think in hindsight, I would have liked to go with a linear for all the mods. I don't love the MX Brown on some of the modifiers here. The alphas sound amazing. You get a little bit more, I mean, MX Browns are a bit more of like a dirty linear, but the board sounds good. The alphas are nice and full. Spacebar has that pop to it. It's typical polycarbonate type, top mount kind of type, so it's a bit stiffer, but not overly stiff because you can actually see some of the board flex a little bit where it matters. That's because where the mounting points are, so good on 4as for that. In terms of alignment, and I'm going to be a bit critical here too, the alignment of everything looks good. The blocker looks good. There isn't any oddities with the blockers. Everything looks nicely lined up from the get-go here. How do you guys feel about it? Looks good to me. Damn, that looks pretty with this color combo. I gotta say, that does look pretty. So alignment looks good for everything. Internals were nice. I do love the way this back piece looks. Yeah, the curves on this board are very, very pretty. DDS does a good job on manufacturing stuff as well. I mean, I've always liked their stuff. You can tell it. Like, I don't know. I always have like a weird itch when something's like DDS. If you like the design and the overall price of this and it suits your needs and you're like, you know what, this is it for me, then it's good. Grab it. If you're like, Alex, I needed something under $200 and I kind of want something that sounds just as good, there are lots of options right now. Is this board going to be for everybody? Absolutely not. But I think it is going to be for someone who wants something a bit more boutique. Who wants something with like really nice curves, very understated design from the top down. So I think that's who this board's going to be for. Also, I really, really do like this like machined weight over here. I think this looks really pretty. So see you soon. Bye everyone and good night.